Hi, I'm Jacob Gallucci, and today I'd like to present a list of 32 more ideas that I have. So far, I've presented 8 ideas, but today I'll present 32 more. And anyway, here's the list. Number 32 is a recurring SNL sketch where an actor's characters are switched in a TV show or a movie. Here's one example: Robin Williams. Imagine him playing Mork and Mrs. Doubtfire, and he would play Mrs. Doubtfire in Mork and Mindy. Another actor is Tom Hanks. Imagine him playing Forrest Gump in Big, and his character in Big, Josh Baskin. Imagine that character in Forrest Gump. Or even Robert De Niro, like he could play Travis Bickle in Casino, and his character in Casino could play could be in Taxi Driver. That would be crazy. Number 31 is a recurring SNL sketch where an actor plays the same character all the time. Like imagine if in every movie Tom Hanks was in, he played Forrest Gump, or if Robert De Niro played Travis Bickle in every single film that he did. Or let's see, maybe Robin Williams. What if in every movie he was in, he played Mrs. Doubtfire? It would be weird. But number 30 is a recurring SNL sketch about the worst possible TV show or movie miscasting. Imagine Woody Allen playing Darth Vader, Chevy Chase playing Don Corleone, Charlie Sheen playing a priest, Lindsay Lohan or Amanda Bynes would play a nun. Imagine Danny DeVito as James Bond, John Goodman as Superman. Maybe have Joe Pesci play an NBA player, and have Shaquille O'Neal play a Munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. And anyway, now here's number 29. A CD compilation of Bob Dylan singing other people's songs. Imagine Bob Dylan in his distinctive voice singing songs from like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Doors, the Who, Led Zeppelin. It would be hilarious. Number 28 is a CD compilation of Joe Cocker singing every Beatles song. Now we know he's saying "With a Little Help from My Friends," "She Came In Through the Bathroom Window," "Something and I'll Cry Instead." But what if he sang every single Beatles song? Like, that would be insane, my God. Number 27 is a movie about a guy who will jump out of a window if the girl he likes won't go to the senior prom with him. It would be dark, but it's not a bad idea. Or maybe make the guy and the girl older. Maybe, let's say he has a job and he likes this young lady that he works with, and he likes her so much that he'll do anything to be with her. And he's tired of her turning him down, and then one day he decides, if she turns me down again, I will jump out of a window. I'm dead serious. Can you imagine a movie like that? That would be insane. It would be creepy. Number 26 is a movie where a group of girls get together and plan to kill a guy who annoyed them in high school or college. Imagine this. A group of these girls get together. Let's say it's been between 5 to 10 years since high school ended, and they're just fed up with this guy. I mean, he's still calling them and sending them Facebook messages and LinkedIn messages, and they all decide that they've had enough of him. So they get together and they think of a way where they would kidnap him and then they would kill him. And he really doesn't deserve it either. He's not a bad guy. He's just misunderstood. He was back in high school. He was shy, awkward, desperate, and he tried hard to fit in, but no one ever accepted him. It's a shame. And these girls are just fed up with him, and they just want to get rid of him. They're tired of him. And number 25 is a cartoon movie with Pee Wee Herman, Ernest P. Worrell, Mr. Bean, and Borat. And these are four of the craziest characters, I think. A live-action movie would have been cool, but unfortunately, Jim Varney, he played Ernest. Jim Varney's been dead for many years. But Paul Rubens, Rowan Atkinson, and Sacha Baron Cohen, they're all still alive, so maybe have the three of them, and maybe have someone else play Ernest P. Worrell. But a cartoon movie would be funny too, I think. Number 24 is a teen movie version of Fatal Attraction or Play Misty for Me. It's where a girl would stalk a guy. There's always movies and TV shows where guys stalk girls. How about one where a girl stalks a guy? Like a girl would be obsessed with a guy. She would call him all the time, send him Facebook messages, and wait for him outside of work and outside of his apartment, and it would just get out of hand. And no matter what the guy does, he just cannot get rid of her. Give me 1 second here. Number 23 is a street saxophone player's greatest hits on CD. It seems like in Chicago, like outside of like baseball games and basketball games and stuff, and also like in the downtown area, it seems like you always hear the same songs being played on saxophone. Like the Flintstones theme song, the Sanford and Son theme song, the theme for the Addams Family, Rock and Roll Part 2, and it's crazy. I mean, my God. Or maybe like, how about a CD of like the Bucket Boys, like all those kids that are jamming with the buckets. Like imagine like a CD of just that. That would be crazy. It would be really annoying. And number 22 is a CTA Platform Singer's greatest hits on CD. It seems like the CTA Platform Singers always sing the same songs. It's always like My Girl and Stand By Me and just a bunch of random songs that everybody knows. And number 21 is cartoon versions of live-action TV shows or movies. I always felt cartoon versions of Seinfeld, Married with Children, and Malcolm in the Middle would be awesome. And for movies, imagine like a cartoon version of the Blues Brothers, The Naked Gun, or Airplane, or maybe Young Frankenstein. That would be hilarious. Number 20 is a live-action version of cartoons. Imagine live-action versions of The Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park, and King of the Hill. That would be weird. Or maybe live-action versions of kid-oriented cartoons that I grew up watching, like Arthur or The Magic School Bus. That would be interesting, I think. Number 19 is a TV show or a movie where the characters know that you're watching it or not watching it. Like, what if the character says, well, Jacob Gallucci's not watching the show this week. I wonder where he is. Or maybe another show where, like, well, Jacob Gallucci's watching us. That's great. Hi, Jacob. It would be really weird. Number 18 is Diet Water. They have Diet Everything and Low-Cal Everything. How about Diet Water? I bet you one day something like that will exist. I really think so. Number 17 is a white exploitation film. Instead of a black exploitation film or a black exploitation film, how about a white exploitation film? Just have a bunch of these white people, they live in the suburbs and they do these really boring things like they're cutting their grass, and the soccer moms drop their kids off at school and basically nothing happens. That's the joke. I mean, their lives are just really boring and dull. Number 16 is a parody of the Olsen twins. Imagine like a movie or a TV show where these two fraternal twin sisters, they were child actors and they haven't acted since they were kids, and let's say they're in high school or college now and everyone's always coming up to them saying, hey, remember that episode of the show you were in? And, oh, I loved your movies, I loved your videos and everything, and it would just get really out of hand. Number 15 is a parody of the Kardashian sisters. Imagine these three sisters and just have them be dumb and just really trashy, and it would just be hilarious, you know. And number 14 is a movie spoken entirely in Pig Latin. That would be hilarious, I think. Number 13 is a Simpsons Family Guy crossover movie. That would be awesome. They had a Flintstones and Jetsons movie in the late 80s. How about a Simpsons Family Guy movie? Imagine the Simpsons in Quahog and the Griffins in Springfield. That would be awesome. Number 12 is a teen version of Siskel and Ebert. Imagine these two imagine these two guys in high school. One's this tall guy with thinning hair, and this other guy's this fat, nerdy guy with glasses, and they would review all these high school things like these high school plays and high school sporting events and high school dances. It would be funny. Number 11 is a male version of Hooters. I have two good name ideas for it. How about Woodies or Peckers? With Hooters, you have an owl. How about with Woodies and Peckers, it would be a woodpecker. You'd have Woody Woodpecker as the mascot, and the guys would dress in like t-shirts and like jean shorts and gym shoes. It would be funny. There's something like that now. It's Chippendales, but in that at Chippendales, the guys are they don't wear shirts. They just have the ties and they have bare chests. At this place, they would wear t-shirts. And now here's the top 10. Number 10 is a YouTube video where a guy plucks out all his facial hair one by one with a tweezer in real time. Imagine that. It would take hours, like at least probably 5 or 6 hours minimum. Like imagine a guy plucking out all like the hairs on his mustache and his sideburns and like the hairs on his chin and like by his neck. That would be interesting. There are videos like that on YouTube, but there's one where there's a guy there's a guy's hair is being like plucked out, but it's sped up, and there's one where a guy plucks out his mustache, and there's another where a guy plucks out his soul patch. But how about a video where a guy plucks out all his facial hair one by one with a tweezer, and it would be done in real time. That would be insane. My God. Number 9 would be a TV show or a movie where every character has a funny voice. It would just be crazy. Imagine characters like this, like, imagine a guy who sounds like this. He's like, "What are you doing? I don't understand. What am I supposed to do?" Or maybe a kid where, how about a kid where he's like,
"I want to know what to do. Help me. Help me."
or maybe just every character would just have a weird voice, and it would just be funny, really funny. And number 8 is a male version of the Golden Girls. A male version of the Golden Girls would be interesting. It really would be. Imagine, like, I could see it now. Imagine Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Steve Martin, and then the father of one of them. The father could be played by maybe either Don Rickles or Carl Reiner or Bob Newhart. That would be awesome. Number 7 is a movie where every character has red hair, and they protest because they're tired of being teased. An all-ginger movie. That would be crazy. Every single character would have red hair. It would be funny. Number 6 is a teen version of Saturday Night Live. It has been done before. You can't do that on television and all that, but those shows aren't that good. Like, a good version of Saturday Night Live where every cast member would be a teenager would be funny. It could work. I really think it could. Now, number 5 is a cartoon show where the characters age like real people. I'm surprised that really hasn't been done yet. I mean, in cartoons, the characters stay the same age for years on end, like in The Simpsons and Family Guy and King of the Hill. How about a cartoon where the characters actually age like real people? Characters would die, and the characters would visibly age. Number 4 is a black classic hits radio station. Imagine a radio station that plays songs from the late 50s up until about the late 80s, early 90s by the station would be entirely black artists. There'd there'd be so many genres that you could play. You could play, you know, soul songs, funk songs. You know, you could play Motown songs, R&B songs. There's blues, jazz, reggae, R&B, early rap, disco. I mean, there's so much you could play. Number 3 is a movie about a kid who wants to be a janitor when he grows up. That would be hilarious. Imagine that. It seems like every kid wants to be a doctor or a lawyer or a firefighter or a police officer. How about a kid who wants to be a janitor? Now that would be hilarious. Imagine this, he would be like,
My name is Billy, and when I grow up, I want to be a janitor.
it would be hilarious. There's other jobs that could be parodied. Like imagine like I have a bunch of jobs written down here. Like, imagine a movie where a kid wants to be a cab driver or a window washer or a busboy or a DMV worker or a census taker, maybe like a mailroom worker or a mail carrier or a telemarketer or even a hitman. Imagine that. There's a lot of potential there. Number 2 is a teen version of Seinfeld. Imagine if all the Seinfeld characters knew each other while they were in high school. Jerry and George actually did, but Jerry didn't meet Kramer until many years later, and he didn't meet Elaine until many years later either. But what if they had known each other in high school? There's a lot of potential there. Okay, Jerry would be the class clown. George would be the nerdy tag-along of Jerry. He would hang out with Jerry just to seem cooler than he really is. He would sort of be like Milhouse or Paul Pfeiffer from the Wonder Years. Kramer could be like a stoner or a burnout or like a surfer dude. And Elaine could be a cheerleader. And Newman would be like the fat nerdy kid that just everybody hates and they're just annoyed by him. And maybe Babu Bhatt and the Soup Nazi could be foreign exchange students. That could work. And Kenny Bania would be maybe like Jerry's rival or something, like the kid he just can't stand. Like if Jerry's Harry Potter, Kenny Bania would be his Draco Malfoy. Newman could be his Draco Malfoy too. And number 1 is a female version of Cheech and Chong. It would be hilarious. Imagine 2 teen girls, or maybe girls in their early to mid-20s, or maybe late 20s, early 30s, or like you're just big stoners and potheads, and they're just burnt out from years of just smoking pot, and they're just... their lives are just so crazy and just weird, and I think a female version of Cheech and Chong really... I think it could work. It really could. Anyway, those are just 32 of my ideas, and those are, most of them are pretty good, I think. I think they all have potential. A lot of them have potential, at least. And, anyway, I'm sorry for rambling here, and I apologize for the length of this video, but, anyway, I'll be back on Monday with one new video. And, until then, take care, and, have a good weekend, and, have a happy Father's Day.